thing. Intrigued, I continued to dig and found 7 times in the Bible where this beautifully uncomplicated phrase occurs and cuts through all the confusion and chaos of these modern times. One thing takes our worship to a deeper level and ushers us toward a simpler and more joyful faith. When fear, anxiety, and information overload threaten to rob us of our peace and purpose, these one-thing principles refocus our minds and hearts on what's truly important. My prayer is that as you listen to the words of this book, you would step confidently into the abundant life that Christ has promised in John chapter 10, verse 10. Not a life marked by stress and anxiety. I'm convinced that centering on these one-thing scriptures can reduce our burdens and eliminate much of the current confusion in our lives. In the chapters ahead, I want to explore them one by one. Are you ready to get started? Let's put everything else aside and get down to the one thing. Chapter 1. One thing to seek. One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple. Psalm 27, verse 4. What do you desire most in life? If Aladdin's genie were real and you somehow obtained his lamp, giving you the power to make a wish, what would you ask? You don't have to say the noble answer of world peace, but if that is truly your heart's desire, I wouldn't hold it against you. Many of us would ask for wealth, which would enable us to have the house and the car we've always wanted and to take luxurious vacations. Who wouldn't want that kind of financial freedom, right? We might ask for happiness, for good health, or for our family to get along. Now, you may be thinking, hey, according to the classic tale, I get 3 wishes. But I just want you to try to narrow down what would be your number 1 desire above all other things. This is an intriguing question that is fun to daydream about. We've all done it. And the truth is, whatever your request would be reveals a lot about what is inside your heart and about what you think is the key to being content in this world. William Randolph Hearst was at the helm of a media empire in the late 1800s. He was running the San Francisco Examiner newspaper by age 24, bringing the formerly failing organization back to life by upgrading its equipment, inventing yellow journalism, and hiring the best writers of the time, such as Mark Twain and Jack London. Later, Hearst purchased 2 New York publications. One of them had been owned by his rival, Joseph Pulitzer. By 1897, Hearst's newspapers had won the circulation wars with a combined distribution of 1.5 million. After a failed stint in politics, Hearst continued to grow his media empire to include 20 daily newspapers, read by 1 in 4 Americans by the 1920s, 11 Sunday newspapers, 6 magazines such as Cosmopolitan, Good Housekeeping, and Harper's Bazaar, and more. When Hearst's mother died in 1919, she left him the family's fortune. Hearst's father had been a gold rush multimillionaire, which included a 168,000-acre ranch in the Central Coast area of California. Can you imagine? What a gift, right? Most of us are lucky if our parents leave us some old photos, china dishes, and maybe a crock pot. Well, Hearst spent decades and millions of dollars building a 68,500 square foot castle on that property. He acquired many exotic animals, many of which had the freedom to run on the ample acreage. These free-range animals included elk, American bison, antelope, camels, red deer, llamas, ostriches, emus, Barbary and Alaskan sheep, oxen, yaks, and giraffes. Other animals such as grizzly and black bears, lions, tigers, macaws, kinkajous, coatamundis, monkeys, swans, storks,